What's up, everybody? It's KnewNeverYou here. Today, we have a new guest, Charlie Millette. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool. Um, I've known Charlie for mm, like what, a year and a half?
Something like that, yeah.
Back when I was working at GameStop. Feels like eons ago, but not too long ago.
Mm.
But Charlie hit me up and said he wanted to talk about the state of music as a whole, being a musician, and how hard it is to do anything because of the coronavirus. But everybody
hmm
knows I call it the Corona Verona. So, what made you want to talk about this topic in particular?
Because I'm a musician myself, uh, just like fresh out of community college, uh, I majored in music. And
Mhm.
so a lot of the studies that I did was, stuff like music theory, and they basically train you to go out, either teach or be a musician. But right now it's hard because, if you want to teach, you have to get like a bachelor's degree. So that's more years of school. But just being a musician in general right now is difficult because, you can't gather anywhere. And
Right.
so when you want to play, you want to play to a crowd, you got to play to people, and everybody's scared of, COVID, and they don't want to go anywhere. So it's difficult for a lot of people, even famous musicians now. They play arenas, and those sit thousands of people, and they can't even do it. Their livelihoods are on the line because of COVID.
One disease ruins everything.
hmm
So, are you when you say you're a musician, are you like the singer, the guitarist, the pianist, or
I'm the guitar player. I can sing if I have to, but I would really rather not because my vocal range is not very good. It's really low. So I prefer to, play guitar and make music there.
so we're gonna get back to the whole pandemic, epidemic, standemic thing, but I wanted to know what made you want to play music. Like, do you have a story of how you got into music and what drove you to want to be a musician?
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna sound really, really stupid, but I mean, people figure out what they want to do from the dumbest things.
Right.
So for the longest time, I wanted to be a lawyer,
Mm,
because I played the reason why every kid wants to be a lawyer. They play the Phoenix Wright games, and
right.
then you realize that that's not how the courts work, and yada yada yada. But that didn't matter to me because I thought it was cool. Um, and then one day I was just doing research on the amount of time it took for school, and you have to pass the bar exam and then go to law school, and how much money it costs. And I was like, okay, that's going to be cool or whatever. It'll be something that I want to do. And then I looked at the job outlook for lawyers, and it was awful. You could go to law school and nobody would hire you. You could be certified as a lawyer and you would not get anywhere.
Right.
And then big cases only come around every so often. So even then, you could be a small time lawyer making virtually nothing for your whole life because you don't get a big case that gets you anywhere. So I was like, man, screw that. So then I was in this limbo of what did I want to do, what did I want to be. um and one day I was doing homework, and my music tastes have jumped around a ton from when I was a kid to now. And one of my best friends listened to heavy metal,
Hmm.
and so he was trying to get me into it. And the only heavy metal band I knew was Metallica. And so I was just listening to Metallica doing homework one day, and then the song "Holy War's the Punishment Due" by Megadeth popped up in my recommended YouTube feed, and I was like, oh well, I've heard of them, but I never listened to any of their stuff. And so I clicked on the music video, and for the whole like 6 minutes and 52 seconds of the song, I was just completely blown away. I was like, this is awesome. The music video was cool. The song was great. That's also the reason why Megadeth is my favorite band of all time, is because they are inspired me to pick up the guitar and play and want to make music. So I watched a music video, and from then on was like, that is what I have to do.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. I didn't know that about you, Charlie. I thought you were just some weird kid that liked video games.
Oh, I love video games, but I spend a lot of time practicing because for me it's like I feel like I have to do it. That's somewhere where I have to get to, and yeah, that's my dream. And right now it's kind of hard to even do that.
So, do you just play guitar for like heavy metal, or would you like if somebody offered you a gig playing in like a country band or a rap song, like would you take any, I wouldn't say any means to an end, but would you take some roads that probably aren't your cup of tea to get to that point where you want to be?
Yeah, I probably would, because now more than ever, especially in the music industry, you have to be a functioning musician. You have to be able to do or be able to go where the money is. And so, especially like here in Mississippi, there is no metal scene in Mississippi at all. No metal scene, no rock scene. People like classic rock, whatever, so you can get away with playing one or two songs of it. But down here, it's country and blues.
Right.
And
A lot of it.
yeah, and if somebody offered to pay me to play a blues gig, yeah, I would take it. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's it's not my strength. It's not where I'm best at.
Right, I get you. I get you. Um, so what avenues have you taken to try to push your music? Like, do you have a YouTube channel that you play your guitar on and like show people that hey, I got skills?
Oh, I post on my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram. I thought about making a YouTube channel for it. Um, I figured that would help get it all out there. But yeah, those three are mainly the places that I post, and most of the time it's just Snapchat and Instagram, because they say Facebook is for old people. So
Well, yeah. So I hear. Well, go ahead and shout those out so the people know where to find you, because I'm not that tech savvy as far as editing, so I could put them.
y'all can find my Snapchat is at Kid Icarus, C1D1KRUS, and my Instagram is just at charlie.millet. You can find me right there.
And Millette is Millette.
Yes, sir.
Just in case it's not on the screen. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I'm one of those old Facebook people. I just don't have a Facebook. So I don't know if you knew this or not, but I actually made music a long time ago under
Mm-hmm.
the rap name Volition. The
Mm-hmm.
same, I think it was the same name as the people that made Saints Row.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I didn't know that, but I mean, yo, if you ever come up with like some nasty beat or whatever that you want me to hop on, I mean, I could jump out of retirement, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not so much of a beat maker, but I do like to come up with stuff and kind of keep it in the back burner whenever I feel like trying to make something happen.
I can dig that. I can dig that. So we're gonna go back to the beginning where you mentioned the coronavirus. What if, let's say this virus lasts for another 5 years? Worst case scenario. I guess it could be longer than that. But what what do you think would be the new norm? Because I know Justin Bieber, I think her name is Dua Lipa or whatever. I don't know how to say it. They did virtual concerts where they were like at the house or whatever, and they just set up some lights and some cameras, and they just had a field day concert. charge people virtual tickets. Do you think that would be the new norm?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Just because, the technology is so easy now. Like everybody can get a hold of it and do something with it. So they'd find ways to have concerts, to make music. A lot of musicians now have like home studios, so they don't even have to go anywhere to record or anything. They can just do it all at home. But I do see, if COVID stays around for longer, that the music world is going to have to make adjustments to the new society and how things are going, because that's their livelihood, and if they can't tour, then that's they're not going to make any money.
Yeah, because the money's off the
Yeah,
touring part.
yeah, yeah. The
It's not the.
money's in the touring. Money's in the touring.
It's definitely not in the music, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you can stream, and then you'll get paid so much per stream of the song, and but you'd have to have all 7 billion people on the planet Earth listen to the song several times in order to make what you'd make off of touring.
So is that where you want to be at, as far as I guess accomplishments is millions of dollars off of music?
Yeah, I would like to have millions of dollars off of music. I mean, that's an end goal. I want to be great. That's my thing. And now more than ever, especially, I'm at home. I just finished my time at Heinz. I have all the time in the world to practice now. So why why shouldn't it, in a couple months or a couple years, when or if COVID decides to end, that I shouldn't come out the gate swinging if I have all this time to myself.
Are you using this time to practice?
Yeah, I practice every day. I'll wake up in the mornings. I haven't the past couple of days because I've been staying up late, and oh yeah, I know. But I'll practice later in the day. But I'll practice for a couple hours in the morning, hit the gym, go to work, come back from work and practice.
Sounds like you're a musician already.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. I've been trying to develop different functioning skills as a musician, so I can be able to play different things, because I learned really quickly that if you're a one trick pony, you'll fade very quickly.
Yeah, and that's not it's not exactly what happened to me. What happened to me was I was in high school and there was this, I don't want to say rap crap group, but turn this down a little bit. There's this rap group, I guess, called Finesse Records, which they weren't a record company, so
Hmm.
whatever. Um, I got into rap music as a joke. Um, I always wanted to be an actor, so I always liked pretending to do things that I really couldn't do. Somebody asked me to jump on a song. I jumped on it. The school liked it. It went viral before viral was a thing. And
Hmm.
I slowly became like, I don't want to say the best one out of the group, but I was the most consistent as far as dropping stuff, and got to the point where I would want to record, nobody else wanted to record, and it became an issue. And I think I dropped like six mixtapes, and then I just like deleted all my social media. Nobody could find me, and now every time I see somebody that listens to my music, they're like, "When you dropping the next blah blah blah?" And I mean, I still got like 67 songs that I could drop if I wanted to, but
Hmm. Well, now's the time. I mean, put them on SoundCloud. People People have gotten careers over SoundCloud.
Yeah, but I don't. I think you know. I think you know me well enough to know that like I don't really like people like that.
Hmm.
So I can deal with a little bit of attention, but when it comes to like a vast amount of it, I'm like,
Yeah, you have to you have to have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of like inner. Well, I'm not saying that you don't have it, but you got to have a lot of like inner strength to deal with the amount of people that you'd have to deal with if you got big attention.
yeah, and I don't think I'm there yet. I'm almost 30 and I feel like I'm 3 when it comes to that.
Hmm. Well, I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. I love traveling places and talking to people. Just randomly, I just start a conversation with them about something maybe that's happening or going on. I went to Wyoming and met a lot of people before COVID, pre-COVID. I
No
met a lot of
masks.
people. Yeah, I met a lot of people. Talked to a lot of people. I met some people there who were from Bulgaria.
Oh.
Yeah, they were cool. I talked to them about, the culture, the music, whatever, it was fun. It was cool. I just got to meet a bunch of people and just talk to them. So I like working with people, but I'm kind of in the same boat as you too. Like sometimes there's just people who just get on my nerves and you just want to like, golly, man.
Yeah.
But now, now I get to sit in my room and play guitar and post stuff on my Instagram and, don't have to interact with people.
Yeah, I mean, interacting with people isn't always terrible, I guess, but
No,
like you
no, not
said,
always.
there are those small percentage of people that make you want to give the backhand.
Hmm.
But when you met all those people in those different scenarios, do you ever use that experience in your music when you like write lyrics or chords, I think it's called for guitar?
Yeah, I like to take different life experiences or, different things that I've talked about with people and come up with stuff. Actually, as a joke, I was gonna tell my friends that I was gonna write a rap song, um, but I never did. I never did. They were like, I can never imagine you writing a rap song ever. I still might, but it was always a joke. But it was just gonna be about like the situation at the time. I was in high school. Funny things that happened around high school. Um, one of the one of the first riffs that I actually ever wrote was I was listening to a band called Children of Bodom,
Hmm.
and there was one part of the song. I looked up how to play it, and I didn't take exactly how they did it, but I just took the inspiration from that and used it to write one part of the riff of that song. Um, and then in my public speaking class, whenever I was a senior in high school, I played that riff from my class and another class because I did a speech on how to write a metal riff,
Hmm.
and they all said it sounded pretty good. So yeah,
So it
that's my claim to fame.
start of it anyway. I mean, makes a good
Hmm.
documentary piece. I mean, one day you'll look at this on YouTube and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I was
Hmm.
young and flowing blonde locks, and now I'm rich, and it's all
Yeah.
because of this guy with the pink microphone."
Hmm. Yeah, but some of the stuff I like to do now, I still like to play metal and I still like to come up with riffs and stuff, but I like to take like popular songs, like pop culture songs, like on my Instagram for Halloween. I I figured out the cool like some of the main melody chords for the song "This Is Halloween." Played it, recorded it on my keyboard, and then played it as a backing track as I played the same single note melody on my guitar and followed along with it. And that was really cool. A lot of people told me that they really liked that I should do more of that. So,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So before the virus hit, what did you think of the general intake of music? Did you think the material was good? Did you think it was trash? Do you think it was just I'm a musician, I need to make money, so I'm just gonna put out an album? Do you think this pandemic helped with that?
Well, I think it certainly helped with a lot of the home production, and a lot of the time it took for me to like do stuff because pre-COVID, I was in school and I had time. I had to, take my time to focus on school. So I definitely think that it helped with the time at home to where I can, work on stuff. But before COVID, when I was at school, I played in they call it the rock band at Hines, but it was not a rock band. It was like a pop rock band, and so we played songs that I didn't necessarily like, but I liked playing. I
Right.
liked getting out in front of people and playing because that, to me, that's more fun than, you know, sitting at home practicing or, practicing with the band, just actually getting out there and playing, no matter what it is, if I hate it or not. It's because I like seeing people get excited over the music. I like people, um, having a good time. I like seeing them sing along to the songs that we play. So that was really cool.
Cool, cool, cool. So the same question I just asked, but pertaining to the music industry. Did you, as far as I don't know if you listen to multiple type of music outside of rock and heavy metal. Um,
Yeah, I listen to. I've started to branch out more now that I've studied music, and I appreciate all of it a bit more.
so when you listen to the radio and you hear a song you haven't heard before, um, I'd say during this pandemic,
Hmm.
do you think a lot of it's just like fabricated BS and it's just like they're just making music to make music because they have to? Or do you think it's like real quality, like, oh man, this is feeding my soul music?
So it's like it can be a toss up. So let me preface by saying I'm not a huge rap person.
Mm-hmm.
I like some of it, but just, I mean, if you were to just sit me down and have me just listen to it for 24 hours, I'd probably tell you I hated the experience. So most of the most of the like the rap I hear now, it's so formulaic, and well, most music is, but the rap that's popular now is different than the rap that was popular, back in the 80s and 90s. This has, formulaic of, I've got my Glock and my weed and your girl on my, shoulder. So, here's a song about it. Um, and to me personally, I'm not a fan of that. I like when music speaks about something, or it doesn't even have to speak about anything. It can just be for like pure, just pure enjoyment, pure fun, like, instrumental music. Um, I love that kind of stuff. And when I hear a song on the radio, especially one that comes out now, um, I like to listen to the content of the lyrics, but I also listen to, as a guitar player, I listen for, the guitar. Is there like an interesting, chord progression, or, is that solo that they play cool? Like, how did they do it? Like, what key is it in? That's kind of how I started to break down music now, as I listen to cool things in the music, and that's what attracts me now more to music than um the content of it. So it can be a toss up. I can listen to it and I'll be like, "God, this is terrible," or I'll listen to it and I'll be like, "Hey, that was kind of funky, and I like that. I could listen to it again."
That is, it's pretty dope. Well, man, Charlie, I want to thank you for coming on here and just opening up and telling everybody a little bit about yourself. And I'll definitely
Hmm.
put send me your social media links in a text message so I can link them in the video so people can actually find you.
Hmm.
If you have time, you should, start a YouTube page. It's free. It's free
Hmm.
publicity for you. So, yeah, man, thank you for taking the time out of your day to help me, to help other people.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And I guess next week we can take the Yu-Gi-Oh community by storm.
Oh, absolutely. When my cards decide they want to come in.
Well, man, appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.
Yes, sir.